Hi, everyone. Please turn on your volume. Turn up your volume. Turn up your volume. Hi, everyone. I'm Eileen Johnson. And in case you have never seen me before, I am a career strategist to high achieving, badass women who are looking to upgrade their careers so they can elevate their lives. So, this week, I'm going to be continuing talking about how you can increase your visibility so that you can upgrade your career. And today, we're going to be looking specifically at why your dream job may be eluding you. So before we jump into the content, let me know, is this your first time joining me? And if so, where you're joining me from? I always love to hear from you guys. I would love to have my return watchers too. So if you're somebody coming back for the second or third or fourth time, let me know that too. Let me know in the comment section. Share with me who's on here, where you're from, and we can get started. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start off by telling you a story. So a woman I recently talked to shared with me the situation at her current job. We're going to call her Jess for anonymity's sake. And here is what she said to me. She said that she was working at a company where it was totally unclear to her what she was supposed to be doing. She had no idea what she was supposed to be doing because she kept getting conflicting information. And then this was made even worse by the fact that her supervisor changed 3 times in the last year. And she shared, I not only am I changing my supervisors all the time, but I'm also really just not clicking with the one I'm reporting to. And what had happened is she'd recently had an interview with this supervisor who basically told her that she wasn't working up to their standards. Although she then said, I have no idea what those standards are. And so she felt like everything was starting to fall apart. And she said to me, I know that I'm good at what I do, but I just feel like the environment and the situation that I'm in has set me up for to not be as successful as I know I'm capable of being. And she said, I'm tempted to just up and quit every day, but yet I know there is something more out there for me. So let me check in with you guys. Does this sound familiar to any of you? Maybe type in the comments. Yes, this sounds like my life. Maybe it doesn't sound completely familiar, but maybe there's parts of it that sound familiar. I'd love to hear if this is a challenge that any of you have run into as well. So, as we explored more with Jess, we looked at the reality of how she had been showing up at work in the last year. And I asked her, put aside those external situations and the factors of what's going on and really focus on you and how you are showing up. So when we did that and we started digging in, it became really clear to Jess that over the last year, she had increasingly become grumpy, unhappy, frustrated, she was irritable, she was unmotivated, unproductive, and kind of guarded too. And even though that was not who she really was at her core or at her natural state, this became her new normal. She became a negative person. And so as we dug even further in, she realized that this wasn't just an issue affecting her work, but it was also affecting other parts of her life. She found that she was waking up grumpy. She was finding that she was snapping at her husbands and kids more often. She found that she wasn't keeping her house as clean as she used to. Her workout routine had totally dropped off. And she found that she also wasn't even being as socially engaged as she had been. So she wasn't interacting with her friends and her community the way that she normally would. Can any of you relate to this? I'd love to hear in the comment section if this is resonating for any of you. So let me just, if you're just joining me, what we're talking about today is the problem that can happen in your career and in the rest of your life, frankly, when you don't water the grass where you are standing, and why it's the reason your dream job is eluding you. So I just shared with you that story of Jess. And so as we continue to work, once Jess got really clear on how she was showing up in all these other areas of her life, it got real. I got real with her. That's my thing. I get real with people. Because here's the truth. You can never, ever, ever expect your dream job to come to you when you're treating your current job like shit. I told you, I got real. How can you expect your dream job to come to you when all you are focused on is how much your current job sucks? When you aren't treating your current job the way it deserves to be treated. So why would you ever expect to get what it is that you want when you are treating your current job like a pile of poo? When you aren't showing up to work the best version of yourself? when you aren't speaking up for yourself, when you aren't taking charge of things, and when you become a victim of your circumstances? Why would your dream job ever come to you when you are bogged down in the stink of the situation that you're in? So here's another way to think about it. Let's say I want a car. I dream about that car every day. I know every detail of that car. It's midnight blue. It's sporty without being too flashy, because that's not my thing. And I know exactly what it's going to smell like. I know what it's going to feel like to sit on those leather seats as we drive down the windy road. I know what it's going to feel like when I drive into work in that car. I know what it's going to feel like when I drive out to dinner in that car. I know what it's going to feel like when I go to the grocery store in that car. It's awesome. But here's the reality. The car that I have right now is one of those old school paneled station wagons. You all know the ones I'm talking about. And I hate this car. I loathe driving it. I am embarrassed by it. I put in the cheapest gas possible. I never wash it. The back seat is filled with crap. There's French fries, there's water bottles, you name it, it's probably back there. Stinky old socks, who knows? I tell everyone how much I hate that car. That it is an embarrassment that I even own this car. And I could go on and on and on about the horribleness of this car. So I'm going to ask you, how the hell could I be trusted to have that dream car when I can't even take care of the car I have right now? When I am so focused on how horrible this car is that I have lost sight of what I can actually appreciate about what I have and what's good about it. I have stopped taking care of it. So why would I ever think I could be trusted with something better than my station wagon? Because I'm certainly not showing the world that I can be trusted with it, that I can take care of something better than that crappy station wagon. And I know this might sound like a weird story that I'm telling you, but the exact same thing goes for your job and your career. If you can't show up for your job that you have right now the way that you should be, then how on earth are you going to expect that your dream job is going to come your way? Why the heck would someone hire you when your energy is focused on being a victim of your circumstances, when you are grumpy, unhappy, unproductive, guarded? Now, you may say, I might be showing up at work that way, but I'm really good at leaving that behind and not having it show up in other parts of my life. Nobody at my interview would ever know that I feel that way about my work. My relationships are just fine. Nobody knows that this is happening. I call total BS on that. You may think that you're being positive in those moments, but there is no way that you are showing up as the candidate an employer would like to hire if you're showing up unmotivated, unproductive, and grumpy at your current work. Don't believe me? Ask your friends and family how they see you right now. My guess is, if they're going to be totally honest with you, that they are watching themselves around you a little bit more because they know you're a little bit on edge. They are going to say that you aren't showing up as happy or as open or as giving as they've always known you to be. So you might think that you're a good actor, but you can't act your way around the natural energy that you are giving off. So I know some of you out there might be saying, I can't turn this around. The situation at work sucks and there is nothing that I can do about it. It's totally out of my control. Here's what I'm going to have to ask you. Some tough love. Who else on this planet is responsible for changing the way you feel and the way you show up and the way you present yourself in this situation? And tell me in the comments box if you want to take a guess. Who else is responsible for that? It's you. You are the only one who can change the way you feel and the way you show up right now. That's why you need to start watering the grass where you're standing. Does that make sense? So if this is resonating with you and you're seeing the importance of why you need to water the grass where you're standing, why you need to tend the garden where you are firmly planted in right now, then you will want to come back to on Wednesday, where I'm going to be talking about the 3 reasons you need to water that grass where you're standing. So if you want to be notified of my upcoming Facebook Lives, or if you want to get replays, notification replays that the replays are ready, gosh, how many times did I just say replays? You're going to want to click on the link that I'm going to be putting into the chat box right now, or the comments box. So let me put that in for you guys. And so what you do is you click on that, and you can choose if you want to be notified of when I go live or when the replays are available. So if you are feeling stuck in your current job, and if you're feeling out of control of your situation at work, and you're noticing the impact that's having on how you show up at work and frankly, how you show up for the rest of your life, that I want you to click that link so that you get notified when I'm going live on Friday, I wish, Wednesday, where I'm going to show you what's actually going on when you fail to water the grass where you're planted, and how watering the grass where you're standing is going to help you find your dream job. So I'm Eileen Johnson with EileenJohnsonCoaching.com, helping corporate women transform their careers so they can elevate their lives. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day.